Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm a spiritual guide, an oracle, healer, sound practitioner, teacher of the metaphysics, um, been an artist my whole life, too. Many other titles like mother. Um, but today, I'd like to talk about time. And this morning, I was in the shower, and for like most people, when we're having that intention of cleaning ourselves, our minds get cleared as well. So I'm not sure why the topic of time popped up, but it did. And so I started talking with my guides and asking to be shown time. So I'm going to just tune back into what I was shown earlier today and how they described it to me. They showed it to me as space. They were saying, think of time as space. There's no beginning or end. It is everywhere all at once. Everywhere all at once. And so, the visual of space or the void, that it's the womb, right? It's the womb of creativity. It's divines, it's divinities, it's gods, it's sources. Womb, where everything comes from. Every part of creation is sparked from that womb. So that's really what you want to think of as time, because time is right a man-made construct. So it's just the space that holds everything, in which everything exists. So because it has no beginning or end, it's always just going. It's always in existence. It's always just moving, if that makes sense. And so everything's happening all at the same time, in a different space, if you will. So if we can think about this almost like our brain, like there are different things that happen in different parts of our brain, but they're happening at the same time to make us, function, right? So it's the same sort of way, so when we talk about these other ideas like realms and dimensions, right? Things are happening in those places at the same time what's happening now, right? It's all happening at the same time in the same space, right? That womb, but in a different space. The same but different space. Yeah. Let's see what else they want to share about time. Yeah, that it's flexible. So, our idea of time, right? So I'm using that. We have structures to understand things. So that's important to remember. Structures are created to understand. And sometimes labels are needed for deeper understanding of something, right? To differentiate between things. So the other thing they're showing me about time, if we think about this with space, and it's flexible. So, some of you have maybe experienced what we call time as speeding up or slowing down. That's that flexibility, right? And if we think about that womb, that void as a fabric and bending and twisting and, like it having this kind of natural form, like an organism, that's what it's like. That's what they're showing me. Let's see what else. Yeah. And this is in the way, that matrix, right? That the space, you can think of it like the matrix. Again, it's where all our creation comes from. It is the place where, if we're creating something, that's what it's coming out of. And so when we can connect to that, whether you think about it as the matrix or the womb or whatever word resonates with you, where you feel like you can tune into that frequency where all things have possibility for creation, right? It's the potential for things to be created. Then you can become a manifester, right? You can create consciously the world you want to live in, right? You can, and they showed to me like just color, like, you are constructing this, you are creating this, and by you is you and all of us together, right? We do it individually and collectively, what our world looks like. But once you tune into that frequency of the potential where things are created, then you can become more powerfully a creator yourself, a creator of your world, the way you'd like to have it. Yeah. I'm going to pull a card or two. Yeah, this one, Ascending the Mountain. This has to do with what we were just speaking about the manifestation and tuning into the frequency, again, of the matrix, the void, the cosmic womb, right? When we really step into our power and we tune into that frequency and we become these co-creators powerfully, right? Consciously co-creating our world, right? We're stepping more into some level of wholeness, more wholeness. Yeah. Coming more into ourselves, coming into more knowing, understanding who we are and the role we play in everything on some level. It's hard to know it on all levels, right? Because we can only perceive so much at one time. But on some level, you come to a deeper understanding. Yeah, and it's also not necessary to know everything on all levels. Right? It doesn't equate to mastery or liberation. Cleansing waters. So how this pertains to this? Let's see what that's about. Yeah. The closer we come to truth, so closer we are to truth, right? This is purifying us. The closer we can get to the core, right? The deeper knowledge, the deeper understanding of all this. So time is an example. Us having this conversation about time, what we call time, what time is, in a metaphysical, spiritual sense, I guess you could say. But coming closer to the deeper root is clarifying, is clearing. And again, what that does is, number one, it brings us to deeper levels of peace, understanding who we are, the world, the universe, and the role we play, and bringing us into deeper levels of wholeness. Yeah. So that's our spiel for today. That's what we wanted to share. So that was fun. And I generally like to keep things I share in community, for things that maybe many people would be interested in learning about. And of course, I work with people one-on-one. So please check out some other video I'll do when I have time. Thank you.